I'm GamerFitNation's BlackBible, and this is my review of the Sony PlayStation 3D display. Check it out. One of the coolest things about the 3D display is its sleekness. I mean, the design-wise, as you can see, it gives that polished feel that you would see in any PlayStation product. So that brings that Sony, PlayStation Classic look to it. If you look at the design, it's also very petite. It's not big, it's not bulky, so therefore it's not heavy. It can definitely hang up on your wall, or you can keep it on a desk. So, I mean, right now I have it on a wooden table, and it can hold its weight. The display is a 24-inch display, which to me is good, especially if you have smaller rooms as well as college dorms. I feel like if I wanted to recommend this TV for anyone, it would be for people who go to college dorms and they can't have the giant TVs in their room, but they can have a nice nice small petite TV. As far as the other features, there are 3 HD inputs. There's one component cable input, as well as a HDMI, 2 HDMIs. And that really works well because, one, you can have a console hooked up to it via HDMI, and two, if you have cable, you can actually hook up your cable via HDMI or component cable, and it'll work. And that's another feature I don't think a lot of people talk about. It's not like it's not really the TV, but you can use it as a TV. You can actually watch cable on your TV. Some cable providers provide 3D channels, which brings out the extra benefit of having a PlayStation Sony 3D display. Now, the two main features of the 3D display is Simul View and obviously 3D. As far as execution, 3D works very, very well. I mean, it's what you expect. And like I said earlier, if you have some cable providers provide 3D channels, it can work with that. I've actually tested it, as well as of course watching movies on in 3D and playing games in 3D works very well. Now, as far as the Simul View, that works as represented by Sony. Simul View does pretty much what it is. Imagine seeing 2 images on one screen at the same time without the glasses. That's what you'll be seeing, and that's how it'll come out to anybody around you. But for the people who wear the glasses, they'll see their own individual pictures. So own individual image. I have no gripes with Simul View other than the fact that it's all about positioning. So if as long as you're sitting next to each other playing the game, you're fine. But if you're sitting on one side of the room versus the other side of the room, like totally at a wider space, it wouldn't work so well. 3D doesn't function in Simul View, which is kind of obvious because it's probably a little taxing on it. The switch between Simul View and at the same time being 3D in both. Now, as far as the glasses, they come in this nice PlayStation sack. This nice little PlayStation sack, and it's funny because I kind of use it to wipe off the glasses, but the glasses are quite nice. I mean, it's not like that weird and overbearing 3D glasses. It's sleek design as to all PlayStation designs. If you look at right here. If you look at right here, you'll see that it's built in for a slim USB port. There's a power button right here. And everything I noticed about the 3D display, it has a lot of auto shutdowns, which means I guess to save battery. So if you're not using the glasses, it's going to shut down. If you're not using a TV, it's going to shut down. This is conserving power. I mean, you don't want your 3D to just be running. Can kill the life over the overall product. So this is good. And the way you use 3D glasses, the best part about it is you can charge it USB. I mean, for the most part, like I said, I love the design of 3D glasses. I hate things that promote tunnel vision. And as you can see, I'm wearing them. I can see my peripheral. I'm not like, you know, when you wear glasses, you're not going all out to see your peripheral, but, you know, if someone, you know, is walking, you want to be able to see them pass. So that's a pretty good feature. Now, as far as the pros, I mean, well, you know, I'll start with the cons. As far as the cons, I mean, it's kind of like there's small gripes, and then there's a few gripes that, you know, it depends on your preference. Small gripes would be like the fact that there's no remote control. Like, you know, obviously when you get a TV, the first thing you're going to look for is the remote. And, you know, this isn't really a TV, it's a display, but at the same time, I mean, by its design, you can tell that it was designed for it to be in a small area. You don't buy something that's 23 inches and expect it to have it in your living room. You buy it, they expect it to have it in your bedroom or in a dorm room. And I recommend this to college students, especially the fact that it works on all or any console. You know, that could hook up. It could work on, you know, regular cable and everything, so it doesn't necessarily have to be used for a PlayStation. I mentioned before, it's not so much as a glare. I want to clarify this. It's not that it's a glare, it's more so it reflects. A reflection, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I guess that would be the difference. To say it was a glare versus the reflection. Images reflect back because the screen's so polished. It's so, you know, it's like the drawback in the design. It's something that promotes something that's beautiful, but at the same time, it works so well that it reflects images back. And, you know, with today's technology, as far as you know, LCDs go, they could have used that in its design. It would have took away in its overall flash, but at least you would be able to not say, hey, you know, I can see myself in my screen, you know, like it's a mirror. Depending on where you buy it from, $400 to $500 for the 3D display. Now, I mean, of course, 3D technology is going to be always more expensive than a regular LCD, so you have to take that into consideration. But the drawback is that when you buy this, you only get one pair of glasses, and that's not really good because, you know, most people who buy, you know, 3D TVs are buying it to share with others. At the very least, this TV should have came with two glasses. I would have traded the MotorStorm game, which is cool because you have, you know, MotorStorm comes in the game, but I would have traded MotorStorm for another pair of 3D glasses, especially considering that the 3D glasses are like $70 and making them the cheapest 3D glasses in, I guess, around. But the whole thing is, you know, I think most people would figure that you can always go and get another, you know, get another game, you know, or borrow a copy of a game. But as far as 3D glasses, you know, that's not something you could just pick up anywhere. You know what I mean? Looking at his price tag, you still get something, a bang for your buck regardless. You get $60 game, an $80 HDMI cable, and, you know, of course, the 3D display, as well as a pair of 3D glasses. It's pretty good. I just feel like my only true gripe is the fact that it should come at least with two. Other than that, I mean, the sound review works very well. I mean, I really like it. I'm hoping that with further technology, I mean, as we go further in, you know, gaming and as far as 3D displays go, there'll be a sound review for up to 4 players. Because I can't say certainly if this goes beyond 4 players because I've only seen it work with 2 players. But if it were to go up to at least 4 players, you know how you have 4-player split screen games, I feel like that will work very, very well for the system. So I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for more games that can be developed that can utilize the sound review. I believe that will happen, especially from Sony, because they would want this to be out there. Like I said, I recommend this TV, especially if you have a smaller space. I don't recommend it for a larger space, but definitely a smaller space. Like I said, this is more so for fun, you know, a fun, convenient TV, 3D. I mean, this is pretty much going to be the cheapest 3D TV you could find that gives you, you know, a lot of the things you would want with it. So if you need a 3D TV, if you want that 3D experience, I suggest that you buy the Sony PlayStation 3D display. I'm GamerFitNation's BlackBible, and I thank you for watching my review. If you have any questions, be sure to leave a comment.